skateboarding scene has never been more prevalent in the capital. What was once only considered a hobby for teenage boys can now be seen as a legitimate career for everyone. Skateboarding joined the Olympic scene in 2021 for the Olympics in Tokyo. British skateboarder Sky Brown won a bronze medal and became a world champion just at the age of 13. Sky's amazing skateboarding career has inspired so many people to get into the sport. With that, skateboarding returns to the Olympic stage this summer in Paris. On a mission to find out more, I spoke to Design Museum Skateboarding Exhibition's curator.
Skateboard's origins are in America from maybe the 40s, 50s, 60s. Kids were riding fruit crates with planks of wood attached, and there's this kind of mythical moment where at one point a kid removes the fruit crate and the skateboard is born. The big boom in the UK, it was in the 1970s, and that's likely because people were travelling to America and then bringing back skateboards. I think today skateboarding is now seen in a very different light than maybe it has previously, and I think that maybe there are more parts of the emotional well-being elements to skateboarding that we're now seeing as positive. In terms of the documentation and the accessibility through stuff like film and now social media, that has been created, helped with the spikes and people taking up the sport. The first quarterly skateboarder magazine from 65, I believe, there is a prediction in the editor's letter that says maybe one day skateboarding will be an Olympic sport. So for skateboarders, I think maybe some will also be equally perplexed that this non-competitive sport is now in a competitive environment, and there's a rub there for sure. So I don't know why the Olympics did, but obviously all it's going to do is help with exposure as well, and help with the bigger message of skateboarding.
Next, I spoke to Best Foot Forward Skate Academy, a skate school dedicated to making skateboarding accessible to everyone of all ages and skills. Their founder Mark Nolan shed light onto why he thinks there's been a surge in people taking up his classes and in the sport.
I saw on your Instagram that you did a non-binary and female class. What inspired you to do that?
So we've done quite a few now. We've done about a dozen or so. It's actually held right behind you here. And it was something I was thinking about for a while. And then kind of in the theme of getting everyone included in what we're doing, we kind of put out the questions to our community asking what they wanted to do next. A few people suggested it and it kind of took off from there. And then after doing the first one, we knew, this is a needed thing for people. We make it free. We provide all the boards. There's no barrier of entry. Yeah, it's gone really, really well. It's one of our highlights every year that we do. I think just more and more people are happy to be doing things now. We've seen a massive increase, particularly in young women. I think that's the same for all sports across the board. You see it in football now, pretty much rock climbing, everything. And I think just more and more people are kind of going against the stigma that was against skateboarding for a long time. That it's kind of a bunch of young boys in a skate park falling over and then going home with a grazed knee. I think more and more people see it for what it is. It's great for your physical health, your mental health, and just the community involved as well. Like I said, there is now groups and crews and scenes out there for you, special nights just for older skaters as well. So if you ever wanted to do it, the answer is to just get on the board.
To understand the whole picture about why skateboarding has become more popular, I also spoke to professional skateboarder and helper at the Design Museum, Helena Long. She explains her journey with female skating and why more young girls may be getting involved within the sport.
Female skateboarding it's kind of blown up through the years. I think first girls skate contest I ever went to, there was about 20 to 30 girls in that space, and that was the entirety of the UK scene at the time. Since lockdown in particular, I think, because it was something that was really accessible and that you could take up, and it was, I don't know, considered something you could do by yourself but in a group, and is it exercise? I don't know. Also social media, I think over the years has helped expose female skate scene and really allowed other girls to connect across the world globally and see that everyone's doing it, so it's accessible. I think having a skateboard exhibition on such a scale in such an institution is sort of similar in the sense that people maybe have seen skateboarding now through the Olympics and the media and that side, is that it's another platform. Maybe just make it a bit more accessible and relate to those audiences that don't really see or understand skateboarding for what it is, other than maybe just being a bit of a nuisance. But I think Importantly for me is that an exhibition really unearths like the whole other side to skateboarding, or to a skateboarder, which is we're all mostly pretty obsessed and quite nerdy about skateboarding and how much we love it, and how we've kind of got, we've got our own media, we've got our own creatives, we've got our own photographers, we've got everything within our community.
Whether the sport has grown due to easier accessibility due to the pandemic, or more and more individuals inspiring others and the Olympics taking it up, the sport has definitely made its mark and is here to stay.